Okay, so I'm gonna do kind of a one part, two part thing because I'm gonna try to keep them at 10 minutes. So I kind of cut that one off a little abruptly, but this is gonna be a little continuation of the last video. So I'm gonna kind of just go right into it. So yeah, I was posing at 18 years old. I did do Playboy modeling, which was nude. I did one other shoot, which I never saw the photos of it, with a photographer, which I don't even remember his name, and he took these photos of me and I was nude and I never saw them, and I don't think it was even like a paid thing. I don't know what happened because I wasn't even with this guy. I'm trying to like remember why, but I think I was like, okay, I'm comfortable enough, like let's do it. And I always think like one day I wonder if I'll ever see those photos, or I'll run into that guy and he'll be like, hey, do you remember me? Like from when you were 18 years old, I took these photos of you. Do you want to see them? I'd be like, yeah. So one day I hope to see that guy. But I don't know. And I remember he wasn't even that much older than me. I think I was definitely 18 in I think 6 months, 8 months, something like that. And he was maybe 25. And he took the photos of me, and I remember it was a really nice house. And I think it was, okay, I actually just remembered. It was a magazine that I did. So I was in the magazine, and it was also a magazine that they took of pictures of people that were at the club. So we got like photos in the magazine, and then they had all like the local club pictures in there. And after the shoot, I think somehow we got on the subject of me posing naked. I have no idea. And I did. And I never saw those photos. So I don't know why I'm sharing this, but it was just a memory that I had of when I was 18 that I did do that shoot. And yeah, I remember the Playboy modeling that I did in the location that I was at. They did castings there, and they also did the TV show that I got picked to be in. I did the show, and then another girl won because it was like the next Playmate. So the other girl won. I think there was actually like, I don't even remember how many girls, like 30 girls, and one got to become a Playmate. And I remember the girl, she had like short blonde hair, and she was really tall. She looked just like the traditional like model. And I was kind of like, okay, I get why she got picked. Because, I'm 5 foot Italian girl. Like, this was like this, 5'6" blonde girl with cute pixie haircut. And she was maybe like 24, something like that. And just, I don't know, I can see why they picked her. She was just a really pretty girl. So I did that. And I think I did like a casting too. No, I'm sorry. I didn't do the casting. I only did that show. And then, yeah, I did the clothing, the lingerie, runway. And just, yeah, a bunch of fun modeling things. Just, I think I was actually going to acting school at that same time. And I remember taking classes, and I remember this one girl who was like, this little girl, she was like, you look like my Barbie. And I was like, thank you. And yeah, I think like when I turned 18 years old, I still was taking like community college courses, but I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a model. I really want to create this life for myself. And I remember Kendall, my sister, who's also in the same line of work as me now, she was all about like going to college and all about that. And then my older sister was a medical doctor, so I think she was still in college, or she was just at college for a couple years. I think this was before she went to medical school. Yeah, she was still in just college, like party life, because my older sister was like the partier. Remember I told in my last video how she was like the popular one, and she was also the party animal. And yeah, it was just a good first experience being a model. And I'm going to remember this one part, is I do remember going to stay at the LA Direct House. I was 18 years old and I was considering being in the adult industry. And I remember I flew out there and stayed in the house for a night. And I was going to start my career in like girl. But when I got there, I was just really nervous. I was like, I don't think this is my time to start the adult industry. I think I saw like my first adult video get made in front of my face. And I was like, I'm not ready for this. It was like a foot fetish video. And I think it was, I don't know, I can't really remember the specifics. I'm going to have to think about exactly what happened. But I remember the girls were telling me, they're like, well, girl is a lot harder because you use toys and they can be really big. And I was like, oh, and I just got really nervous about it. And then that's when I kind of just was like, okay, this isn't my time to go into the adult industry. I'm going to have to figure out what I want in life in return. So I went out to the LA Direct House, and then I went back to where I was from on the West Coast. And I think after that, I was kind of unsure the direction that I wanted to go in with modeling. I was kind of like, I think my biggest thing was I need to figure out how I'm going to be successful in this industry and how I'm going to make money. Because when I did turn 18 years old, I did get money from my family to be able to live for a while. I don't know. So I was kind of like, I could model and sustain living and kind of do that. But I was also like, okay, is that smart to kind of stay in a career where I'm just spending all the money that my family gave me? I was kind of like, I didn't know if that was really the right thing to do. And especially since my older sister was using her money to go to medical school and to do all these things. She had just so many things that she had to do to become a medical doctor. She was kind of using that money for that. And I was like, okay, I can't be this girl who's going to use all my money to model. So I was like, I need to figure out where I'm going to make money to be able to keep modeling and be able to keep this job to one day make enough money to where I don't have to risk my savings account. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of opening it up to another piece of the story. Okay, so I'm going to end this right now. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys got here, thank you. This is my story of how I became a model at 18 years old, and this is the end of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to keep going and tell you guys the next piece, but yeah, thanks for watching.